We're always told to go out there and find our motivation, right? That little spark that's supposed to get us going. But what if that spark is totally unreliable? What if we've been focusing on the wrong thing this whole time? Well, today, we're going to talk about a force that doesn't need any sparks: discipline. Motivation fades. Discipline builds empires. Just let that sink in for a second. That right there, that's the core of everything we're about to uncover. It's the huge difference between a fleeting wish and a reality that you can actually build. So what does that really look like in practice? Okay, let's break this down. Motivation is just an emotion. It's fickle, right? It comes and goes with your mood. And trying to rely on it is like trying to build a house on sand. It's just not going to work. But discipline? That's a system. It's consistent. It's intentional. And here's the kicker. It does not care how you feel. Discipline is all about doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has completely disappeared. To really make this sink in, let me tell you a story. It's about a guy named Thomas, a night security guard whose life just felt, well, stuck. He had all these ambitions, all these dreams, but they were just collecting dust, kind of like everything else in his life. His whole world was basically one of midnight shifts, a quiet, lonely cycle that just repeated over and over and over again. Same hallways, same silence, night after night. And what was he fueled by? Stale coffee. It was the kind of routine that gave him comfort for sure, but absolutely zero progress. Each night just blurred into the next. And sitting there on his desk was this stack of unread textbooks. They were like this constant, nagging reminder of the future he wanted, but a future he felt totally powerless to reach for. His life was on pause. He was playing a waiting game, waiting for motivation to strike, waiting for that perfect moment that, let's be honest, never seems to show up. I think a lot of us can relate to that feeling, can't we? But then, something changed. A mentor came into his life, and not with a bunch of empty encouragement, but with a simple, almost brutally effective blueprint for action. This wasn't about feeling good, it was about doing the work. So the mentor's plan was shockingly simple. Just 2 rules. That's it. First, wake up at 5 a.m. every single day. No excuses. This carved out a little pocket of time that was his and his alone. And second, a strict 9 p.m. rule. No phone, no TV, 0 distractions. That time was just for winding down and getting ready for the next day. A powerful, simple structure for success. And here was the mentor's core message, the absolute heart of it all. The work is the only thing that matters, not how you feel about it. Wow, that is the essence of discipline. It completely separates your actions from your emotions. You don't have to feel like it, you just have to do it. So here's where it gets real. Armed with this new blueprint, Thomas started a 90-day transformation. And listen, this wasn't a magic trick. It was a grind. It was about choosing the plan over his feelings, day in and day out. And you can see how it built up over time. On day 1, just turning off the alarm was a huge battle. But by day 30, that routine started to stick. It was becoming a habit, and that internal resistance started to fade. By day 60, he was seeing real, actual progress. And by day 90, the combined effect of all those small daily battles, it added up to something huge. So what was he actually doing in those precious early morning hours? He was studying. He was digging into accounting and data analysis, skills he knew could totally change his career path. Every single morning, from 5 a.m. until his shift started, he just put in the work. So yeah, he was learning new skills, but what was he really building? He was building the muscle of discipline. And that's exactly what it is, the skill of choosing action over feeling. And maybe more importantly, choosing sacrifice over comfort. And just like any other muscle, it gets stronger with every single rep. So after 90 days of this relentless, consistent effort, the grind started to turn into gain. The sacrifice started to pay off, and not in some far-off, distant future, but in real, tangible, life-altering ways. And the result? After just 90 days, his new skills got noticed. He earned a promotion. He went from being a night guard to a junior analyst. And with that came the kind of financial stability he'd only ever dreamed about before. I mean, the change was dramatic. His income didn't just go up a little bit, it took a massive leap forward. And this wasn't luck. It wasn't a lottery ticket. It was the direct result of a system of discipline that he applied consistently, every single day.
Look, Thomas's story is incredible, right? But here's the thing, it's not just about him. These principles are universal. This is about building your own empire, whatever that looks like for you. A career, a new skill, a healthier life. Your empire is waiting.
So how do you actually apply this to your life? Well, it really comes down to 4 key principles. First, schedule your discipline. Don't wait to feel like it. Put it on your calendar like an appointment you can't miss. Second, focus on the action, not the emotion. Just remember that mentor's words. The work is all that matters. Third, you've got to embrace consistency. Those small efforts, they compound into massive results over time. And finally, maybe the most important one of all, start today.
And to help you put this all into practice, right now I want to issue a challenge to you. Let's call it the 90-Day Discipline Challenge. Just pick one thing. It doesn't have to be massive, just one meaningful thing and commit to it for the next 90 days, using the principles we just talked about.
Which brings us to our final and most important question. Forget about motivation. Forget about waiting for the right moment. The clock is ticking. So what empire will you build in the next 90 days? The blueprint is right here. The choice is yours.